Let's take a look at some animations that broke the mold.
Ding 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 ding.
Okay, maybe not Crazy Frog. Let's move on. Alright guys, how's it going? I hope you're doing very well. Now, for a YouTube channel who does animation, does tutorials, does add-on reviews, I don't really talk about animation, so I thought this was a good time just to sit down and go over some animations that really did inspire me, or they broke the mold in terms of the industry. Now, you may have your own personal favourite, leave it in the comments down below. I would love to see more animation, pretty much live on it. But the first thing that really did stand out for me was Greg Mutt. Now this is 10 years old, 11 years old maybe now, and it still holds up absolutely fantastic. And it was made by an artist, or it was made by several artists, and I think it was Poopy. And I think at the time he was in Lightwave and he was in XSI, and I think the majority of this is actually XSI. But the facial capture and the motion capture is way ahead of its time, well ahead of its time. Even things like the basic cloth animation was superb. Now, obviously Avatar was just coming out at this time, so they kind of bounced off the back of it, and this is called A Message to JC, James Cameron Man, as he calls him. And the script is absolutely fantastic as well. It's really well written, it's pretty damn funny, and it's pretty realistic. You actually believe it to a certain extent. Now, I'll try and leave all the links to the original source down below. And I do apologise, I might speed the video up, I might slow it down, I might even cut the audio because copyright, obviously. But check it out, Greg the Mutt, he done a couple of different shots and it pretty much excelled the entire career of Poopy, even though he's a fantastic artist anyway. But check it out, Greg the Mutt, superb. Now, if you want a kick-ass animation, something that really drives with passion and something that's pure action, check out Azureus Rising Proof of Concept teaser. Now this is again 10 years old and it holds up still today. And it is so damn good. It's got bullet time effects, it's got action, it's got swords, it's got bullets. There's not much more that you could ask for. Now this is made by Black Sun Entertainment. I don't know what happened to it after. I don't know if it made into a full animation or whatever they've done. But check it out. It's quite inspiring, let's put it this way. Now when we're talking about animations, Dead Island made by Axis Animation. Now Axis are a Glaswegian company, or I think they're a bit more international now, but they're just literally down the road from me. They made the Dead Island Zombie Outbreak trailer, and wow, superb, absolutely superb. And this actually changed the way the industry thought about animations for games. Now you can start to see it starting up, but this really did it. It took it and it ran with it. And because the narrative goes backwards, the score. Now, a lot of sound guys or sound people do not get mentioned in this, so I'd like to shout out to the sound people or the audio people. Fantastic. They really do drive the animation as well. And they're the unsung heroes of animation to a certain degree. So yeah, Dead Island Zombie Outbreak trailer, oh, so damn good, man. It's fantastic as well, man. Check it out. Now, I did take the piss a little bit with the Crazy Frog, but it has to have an honourable mention. Now, I believe this was done by a Swedish, was it Icelandic company? I need to check that out. But it changed the game. It changed the game in terms of TV viral marketing. Now, obviously, this was used to sell things like ringtones for phones. And I remember in school, everybody just, it was a craze. It was a craze, let's put it that way. Everybody went mental for it. And you used to have his wee froggy penis dangling before they cut that out, which I thought was quite entertaining. But yeah, Crazy Frog, gotta give it a shout out. Now, I'm kind of cheating with this one, just a little bit, and I do apologise, but I think it kind of drives the narrative as well. And it's technically not animation, but you've got to check out the Cadbury Gorilla advert. Now this really did. It smashed it. I think the agency was Fallon London, and I believe it was directed by Jean Cabrel. I can't remember, I think so. And it was obviously for Cadbury Schweppes, and it had the Phil Collins music in the background. But this broke the mould. It was cool as anything for the time. Now moving it back over to animation, I do apologise for cheating. Check out the Animatrix. Now this was a little bit strange, getting an animation directly after a film. I think, I can't say it was the first time it ever happened, but check out the second Renaissance. Oh, so beautiful, well driven story as well. Animation's classic as well. Definitely worth checking out the Animatrix. I won't say it broke the mould, but it definitely did break video and VHS sales, and at the time DVD was coming a lot more prominent as well, so that kind of helped. Now moving over to a childhood classic of mine. Some of you might not have seen this, you might have seen the reboot of the reboot, but hey, you've got to go back to the original source, and this is called Reboot obviously. And I think it's made by a company in Montreal, and there is a little bit of tie-in, and I'll explain this in a second, but I think it holds the acclaim, or it certainly holds the award for the first fully animated children's TV show. Now, this came before things like Jimmy Neutron, stuff like this, and when you look at the character animation today, you think, whoa, that's a bit shoddy, but for the time, it was amazing. It was superb. Reboot had a good story. It was kind of dark and sinister at times as well. Definitely check that one out. You're kind of going back in time, but it's worth it. Now, I would like to kind of discuss advertisement as well, because without CG animation, advertisements would be quite bland. You've got things like the Guinness adverts. They were brilliant at the time with the horses over, but I think this is actually a cheddar advert, and it's the mouse that gets caught in the mousetrap. And he's dying, and the sombre music, and then This Is the End by The Doors plays, and then the Rocky theme tune plays, and he starts pumping iron, and it was good for the time, let's put it that way. It was thinking out of the box, and that did really catch my attention. And these are all things that drive you as an animator or inspire you as an animator, so definitely worth checking out. Now, I mentioned there was a tie-in with Reboot, and this is actually the Dire Straits' Money for Nothing. Now, this was one of the very first 3D animated, I don't say it's the first, but it was one of the most profound ones at the time, and it's actually made by the same artist who came up with Reboot or worked on Reboot. And obviously at the time MTV was just kicking off, so you're talking round about late 80s to be honest, and this video got played everywhere. Now, keeping it along the music theme, because animation can fall into several different categories, the Aha Take On Me video, Take On Me, yeah, it was superb for the time, and again MTV played this to death, and it did drive the sales of the music. But when you look at it, it's absolutely stunning for the time, and it still holds up exceptionally well even today. Now, just to quickly wrap things up, Balloon Guy by Wedge, and I think this was 1987, and if you don't know who Chris is, he actually went on to be the co-founder of Blue Sky Animation, so you can see the very early beginnings of kind of the Blue Sky you can see the kind of theme, so definitely check the Balloon Guy out. And it done something with animation that wasn't really done before. It kind of made soft body dynamics look believable, let's put it that way. Now, obviously this was 30 years ago. In fact, yeah, 30 years ago. Jesus, I'm getting old. Check it out, it's Balloon Guy. Pretty damn good. Do me a favour, if you've got any animations that obviously I've missed quite a lot, to be honest, there's some that people hold in higher regard than some, even things like Beowulf. That was pretty good for the time, let me just say that. Stick in the comments down below. Do me a favour guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, follow me on Twitter, you know what to do. Take care.